celebration by the first British dependency in tropical Africa of its independence within the Commonwealth. Now, the grant of independence is not something which just happens as an isolated act of state. It is the culmination of a process of the steady building up of a sound foundation of democratic institutions. The purpose of this foundation is, in the words of a former Secretary of State for the Colonies, to ensure to the people concerned both a fair standard of living and freedom from oppression from any quarter. This process in the Gold Coast has been a peaceful and constitutional process, but it has also been swift. Judged by historical standards, the emergence of the Gold Coast as it formerly was to internal self-government and shortly thereafter to full and independent statehood as Ghana has been dramatic. Experience and education in democratic processes and government, which in the past have been expected to take many generations, have been passed through in a very brief span of years, thanks to the marked aptitude of Gold Coast statesmen and officials to assume complete responsibility in a remarkably short space of time. Sir, March the 6th, 1957 is a proud day in the annals of the Commonwealth. The emergence of Ghana to statehood and independence is the latest example of a process which has been going on for a long time and is still continuing. A process which has made and will continue to make the Commonwealth a living and dynamic factor in the world. The love of liberty and the respect for the democratic way of life, which is the heartbeat of this living and vital institution, is perhaps its most signal collective contribution to world stability and peace. As I said in my letter to you, Mr. President, requesting this meeting of the Security Council, my government has no doubt as to the qualifications of Ghana for membership. I think we are peculiarly well placed to judge, but the United Nations has, as a whole, already expressed its full confidence in this matter by adopting in December last a resolution granting to the Trust Territory of Togoland under British administration independence together with Ghana.
The state of Ghana is little more than 1 day old, but the name of this new country, Ghana, is a proud one, going back to an ancient kingdom whose memory still lives. The name symbolizes the traditions of nationhood and self-reliance upon which Ghana, reborn, will be able to build for the future. Ghana is well qualified for membership. The confidence of the world community has already been demonstrated by the large number of states, including the United States, which have already recognized Ghana. Ghana is no stranger to the United Nations. One of the brightest pages of the United Nations record contains the story of the union of the former trust territory of British Togoland with Ghana, or the Gold Coast as it was then called. Some of Ghana's leaders have taken part in the debates of the Trusteeship Council and the General Assembly's Fourth Committee. As a result, they have won many friends for their country and have left an impression of responsibility, which is of good augury for the future. Ghana is clearly prepared to accept the responsibilities as well as to enjoy the privileges of sovereignty and of United Nations membership. It's a pleasure also to pay tribute to the policy of the United Kingdom in encouraging and assisting in the creation of an independent Ghana. Ghana's membership in the Commonwealth is good evidence of the success of British efforts.
Assembly, that the representative of Ghana has transmitted to me a message which he has just received from his Prime Minister and has asked whether I would be willing to read it to the Assembly. I take pleasure in doing so. The message is as follows, and I quote, "The admission of Ghana to the United Nations fulfills a long-cherished aspiration of its government and people, and on their behalf I should like to express my warm appreciation of the action of the General Assembly in responding so promptly to our request for admission. It is only 2 days since Ghana attained independence as a free democracy, and our entry into the United Nations is a culmination of the process of our advance. I affirm the intention of the government and people of Ghana to observe the principles and further the purposes of the Charter. We are proud to take our place in the company of free nations in this great organization, and will bend our endeavors to promote, in cooperation with our fellow members, the common objects of the preservation of peace and the promotion of the progress, welfare, and freedom of mankind. End of quotation. Freedom in non-self-governing territories and in trust territories is also welcomed. Thus, the General Assembly expresses its approval of the Union of Togoland under British administration with an independent Gold Coast or Ghana, now our 81st member state, and looks to further progress toward freedom of Togoland under French administration.